Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about absolute and comparative advantage. So let's begin with the definitions. An economic agent, that is an individual, firm, country, or it can be other things as well, but some agent engaged in economic behavior has an absolute advantage when it can make more of a good than another economic agent, or it can make the same amount with fewer resources. An economic agent has a comparative advantage when it can produce a good at a lower opportunity cost than another economic agent. Okay, so let's look at this simple example. This is similar to the one in the reading, and you should look through the example in the reading. And when you're doing these kinds of problems, you should be thinking through what it is you're figuring out. Don't just try to figure out a way to jump straight to the answer. Okay, so here we have Jeff and Mary, and both of them can do two jobs. They can make burritos or they can make pizzas. So let's say this is per hour. So Jeff can make 4 burritos in an hour, or he can make 6 pizzas in an hour. One or the other, not both. Mary, meanwhile, can make 5 burritos in an hour, or she can make 1 pizza in an hour. Again, one or the other she can do in an hour, not both. Okay, so we want to figure out the opportunity cost of having each one of them do each job, and then we want to figure out which one has a comparative advantage doing each job. But first, just since we're looking at this, we'll note that Jeff has an absolute advantage. So recall, absolute advantage is the economic agent can make more of a good than another economic agent. So Jeff has an absolute advantage making pizzas. He can make 6 in an hour, whereas Mary can only make 1. And Mary has an absolute advantage making burritos. She can make 5 in an hour, while Jeff can only make 4. Okay, but next, let's think about the opportunity costs. So for Jeff, if he makes burritos, he can make 4 burritos in an hour. And when he does that, we're giving up 6 pizzas. So for Jeff, 4 burritos costs us 6 pizzas. Or if we reduce that, 1 burrito is equal to 1.5 pizzas. Okay, so that's the opportunity cost of having Jeff make a burrito. 1.5 pizzas. That's what we give up. So here we have an opportunity cost table. So we'll put this here. Having Jeff make a burrito costs us 1.5 pizzas. Now, conversely, if Jeff is making pizzas, he can make 6 in an hour. And when he does that, he's not making 4 burritos. So having him make those 6 pizzas is costing us 4 burritos. We're giving up 4 burritos. So or if we reduce it, 1 pizza costs 2/3 of a burrito. Okay, we'll put this in our table. Okay, so these were for Jeff. Now for Mary, so if Mary's making 5 burritos, then she's not making 1 pizza. So those 5 burritos that she makes costs us 1 pizza. or if we reduce it, one burrito is costing us 1/5 of a pizza. Okay, and then finally, if Mary's making pizzas, then she makes one pizza per hour, which means we have to give up 5 burritos. So one pizza costs 5 burritos, or actually, we don't need to do that. So that's all we have there. Okay, now recall the definition for comparative advantage. An economic agent has a comparative advantage when it can produce a good at a lower opportunity cost than another economic agent. So we want to see for each of these jobs, each of these things they might do. Here we're just talking about making one burrito or making one pizza. So the cost of having Jeff make one burrito is 1.5 pizzas, whereas the cost of having Mary make one burrito is only 20% of a pizza. So here we have the lower opportunity cost. $1.5 versus 0.2. Meanwhile, the cost of having Jeff make one pizza is only 2/3 of a burrito, whereas the cost of having Mary make one pizza is 5 burritos. So here the lower opportunity cost is 0.67 burritos. Okay, and so finally, I just need a little space to write this. I'm going to get rid of this thing. Okay, so Mary has a comparative advantage making burritos, whereas Jeff has a comparative advantage making pizzas. And that in turn means that Mary should be making burritos and Jeff should be making pizzas.